So we all know someone who's claimed to have taken the red pill and now knows about a secret plot against the US government to overthrow it, or perhaps they know the true geometric shape of the Earth. Either way, we generally don't know that much about conspiracy theories, besides the headlines that seem to circuit the news from time to time. Besides that, we don't really know that much, and that's why today I've decided to gather information for you about conspiracy theories to help shed some light about how they work and help reduce the mystique that seems to surround them in our current body politic. Here are some numbers about just how many people believe in conspiracy theories, and believe me, it might be surprising. According to Liberty Ververt, a professor of the practice of data science at Washington University in St. Louis, at least 50% of Americans believe in at least one or more conspiracy theories. That's ranging from the idea that 9/11 was faked or the idea that President Obama didn't have an actual birth certificate. Arthur C. Brooks, a professor at the practice of public leadership at Harvard Kennedy School, reported that polls in recent years showed that 61% of Americans denied the government account of how JFK was assassinated, and that is over half a century of when it first happened. And also, according to a recent YouGov poll put together by The Economist, 20% of U.S. adults said that vaccines probably or definitely caused autism. So these polls were just meant to give you an idea of just how many people actually believe in conspiracy theories. And at least for me personally, it was surprising to see that this many people believed in them when it seemed to be more of a niche idea, a niche subject. But today I'm going to talk to you about how many people believe in conspiracy theories and touch on the effect that that's kind of had on our society. And second, I'm going to explain why people believe in conspiracies. And third, I'm going to talk about the potential dangers that conspiracy theories have on a society. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is about how many people believe in conspiracy theories. And yes, the numbers are true that I just stated earlier. It is true that 50% of Americans believe in at least one or more conspiracy theories, and it certainly is surprising and kind of scary about how many people believe in them. But there is really no need for concern because according to political scientists Joseph E. Ewinski and Joseph M. Parent, who reviewed letters from U.S. citizens to newspaper editors, there has been absolutely no change in the amount of conspiracy beliefs over time. In fact, the percentage of letters about conspiracy theories actually declined from the 1800s to 1960s and has stayed steady since then. So although it seems like there are a lot of conspiracy theorists around this, in reality, in the age of information, the number of conspiracy theorists hasn't increased, it's just about stayed the same. And this isn't the first time we felt like we've been surrounded by conspiracy theorists who are trying to stir the pot a little bit. There have been multiple times throughout that newspapers have talked about being in the age of conspiracy. For example, in 2004, the Boston Globe stated that we were in the golden age of conspiracy theory. In 1994, the Washington Post declared that it's a dawn of a new age of conspiracy theory. And in 1964, the New York Times said the conspiracy theories had grown like weed in this country. And so that's just an idea of that people have generally steadily believed in conspiracy theories for a long time. And even though the press has picked up more on it, it's about the same amount of people who still believe in them. So next I'm going to move on into why people may believe in a conspiracy theory. Now there are, of course, multiple reasons why people have believed in conspiracy theories, and it's been obviously a heavily researched topic, but I'm going to share with you just a few main points of why people may believe in a conspiracy theory. So the first one is kind of a no-brainer. To believe in a conspiracy theory, you need to have a worldview in which conspiracies can take place and a quick reason for why they can happen. So, for example, if you believe that the moon landing was fake, you are more likely to believe that the moon landing was fake if you already didn't trust the U.S. government, or you didn't trust NASA, or you just didn't trust the idea of space engineering at the time. That mindset would inherently make you more likely to believe something like that because you already don't trust the organization in the first place. Another reason why people may believe in conspiracy theories is that people, just in general, tend to trust more in the words of the people they know rather than actual evidence. So, and this is according to Lee McIntyre, a research fellow at the Center for Philosophy, Research has shown that people aren't convinced by data, but rather by having conversations with people they trust. And this mostly makes sense because if you have everyone, like your mom, your dad, your grandfather, they all tell you that the moon landing was faked, and you're not really doing that much deep information into it, and even if you did, they already probably brought it up to you, then you're probably going to believe the moon landing is faked as well, because those are your closest circles. Those are the people who are telling you reliable information, so you usually trust them, even if it may not be true what they're saying. And another reason why people believe in conspiracy theories is that, on average, conspiracy theorists are less wealthy and less educated, and this also kind of makes sense because people who are less educated may not have access to information about how their conspiracy could be wrong, or people who are less wealthy may not have the money or wealth to deeply research something into disproving their own conspiracy theory if they wanted to. And a final and a pretty good reason of why people join conspiracy theories is that if you're already on the idea of a conspiracy and you're unsure about it, but then you meet another conspiracy theorist who believes and thinks the same way you do, then there's this sort of confirmation bias that's going on that convinces you that, yeah, maybe I am right because this guy thinks the same thing as me. So how could I be wrong if he's also come to the same conclusion? So that mindset kind of helps confirm whether or not you believe in a conspiracy. And so the final thing I'm going to talk about is the consequences that conspiracy theories can have in our society. And so one main consequence that conspiracy theories provide is that they tend to recruit people into having the idea of believing into science denial. So they recruit the basic idea of some, especially scientific ones like vaccines and moon, the shape of the earth type stuff, is that they outright reject scientific evidence when provided to them because they think it's faked or whatever. And that is just a very dangerous mindset when we're trying to educate the public about essential scientific understandings that we may need to teach to kids and stuff. Another effect that conspiracy theories have on our society is they tend to exploit people into thinking a certain way that's not necessarily good. So, for example, there are a whole bunch of conspiracies, political conspiracies that are both left and right wing, and those conspiracy theories are not good. They generally paint the other side of the aisle as villains or out to get you type mindset, which is definitely not a healthy mindset to have for political discussion or to help encourage a healthy discourse. And so that's not good either. But another and a final point about conspiracy theories is that they tend to spread misinformation, and halt the dissemination of information. So this means that conspiracy theories often are built on a misunderstanding of a fact, or they're bending the truth a little bit, and this is not very good at all. This is not good at all when we're trying to, let's say, for example, just to use a current issue, just say that someone came out with a vaccine for coronavirus and it's been already fully tested, it's been approved, it's been all these good things. It would be 100% chance of being effective. This is just a mindset. This is just an example. But and then we have conspiracy theorists who say, no, the vaccine is bad, and because the people who made them had ill intentions, but in reality they didn't. Then that kind of halts people from using a vaccine that could potentially save them. And it's just not good to have people spreading misinformation from something that could potentially benefit them in the long run. So in conclusion, I've talked about the large, or at least surprising amount of people that believe in conspiracy theories today, and how we kind of thought that for a long time, but in reality, it's been about the same over time. And second, I've explained why people believe in conspiracies despite the evidence that they may have to disprove them. And third, I explained how conspiracy theories may negatively affect our society. So conspiracy theories seem to be an ever-present looming problem that we seem to have to come in contact with, and the better we understand what makes conspiracy theories so attractive and why so many people follow them, the better we can combat against the misinformation they spread. So today, I have informed you about perhaps the surprising amount of people that believe in conspiracy theories, why people believe in them, and the impact they have in our society at large. With this information, I hope to have taught you something about a topic that is often shrouded in mystery, or even often isn't taken very seriously. By knowing how conspiracies work and about the misinformation they spread, you now better understand them if you happen to come in contact them in your day-to-day life. So thank you.